What do you think is super important to stress when being in a band that most bands don't do?
I don't want to sound super generic, but I'd say creating something that other bands don't do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like a lot of bands do, you know, I love the whole I would rather see this band live than listening to the recording thing. And we're not technically like that, but, you know, it's just like I feel, you know, like if I listen to a recording, like, man, I want to listen to this band live. I want to mosh. I want to just fucking slam some shit. Like, and then you go see that band and they pursue your exact thought about them. Like when you were listening to the recording, I feel like that is the most important thing to do.
Gotcha.
And that's what we try to do.
Mike, while I agree with you, I'd like to build on that. I think the best way to succeed as a band starting off is to give your cousin $25 to Photoshop you a logo. You make a Facebook, you dump every penny that you have into Facebook promotion, every cent. And then you throw up a cell phone recorded band practice jam, and then you don't do anything on that social media for months.
And then you complain about
it, you know?
not getting likes.
Yeah, it'll make people want it, and then you know you just you take it from there.
Exactly. So, how does Lich King overcome writer's block?
By listening to bands that they like.
Yeah.
And hanging out with each other. Everything goes smoother just because we're all such good friends, you know? Like when we're spending time together, everything comes naturally.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and like keeping the same thrash formula from the 80s and writing riffs that haven't been written yet, but still in the same tasteful matter as the legends, you know?
Yeah. So, who does like the majority of the like pre-production?
Tom
does?
Yeah, like riff writing and like rough drums or structures and stuff like that. That's Tom, yeah.
Okay. Do you guys personally have like a home studio available? Because like I know that Brian bands a lot.
Our drummer Brian, he is the co-owner of Sonic Titan Studios, based out of
Shelburne Falls.
Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts. He's an up and running professional studio, takes on multiple clients each month, is always involved in the scene and everything with multiple bands that have always recorded through him, especially like local ones and stuff.
Yeah, and he's also nasty at Rocket League.
Yeah.
Word.
That's probably he gets a settlement check from Rocket League each month for how good he is, and that I think that's how he pays for his gear at the
his
studio.
Rent. That's how he pays for his rent.
But no, Brian's recorded the World Gone Dead onward. That's when Brian was involved and recorded stuff and has done everything since then.
Gotcha. So would you say, no, it's a shitty question. So being in a super successful, like unsigned band, what are your opinions on like having a record deal?
I don't really think we have any opinions on it at all. This is just like we didn't go out of our way to make it happen this way, and there actually was a label for Do Over. Mike would be able to explain that better than I can, but yeah, it's basically just we've just been chugging along, trying to do as much as we can,
right,
and making it work.
I think you're better off from what we're doing and how like well it's been going. Like I don't think it's necessary, and
yeah,
I feel like the more like promotion wise it's beneficial rather than signing a deal to get, I don't know, less than 40%
Exactly.
if we're not putting out. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
certain things like that.
And that's what I was kind of trying to ask, because like all the bands that I've talked to so far that don't have a record deal, they're like, I would never go back. Like, there's no point. Like, you get a percentage and you lose out a cut, and like you guys, it's all yourself. So
yeah, I'd rather, we to like have a store. Like, we used indie merch for a long time, for instance, just an example, and they would just charge like a slight fee of shipping or I'm sorry, for whatever you would sell. They would just take it was different from items to apparel and stuff like that, and they would just take a percentage or cut from each sale, but they would also cover all the shipping, the stocking, the market, like stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like bands, I don't know. I might be wrong saying this on my end. I mean, from other people's ends, but I just don't think a record label is necessary.
Right.
Other than promotion.
Yeah. Yeah, having that big following for like dropping music videos and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I honestly think the best person to have is just like a legitimate booking agency. Like
somebody that actually supports you and doesn't want to just take your money.
Like that. Like, I think a booking agency is probably the best way to go, and then everything else is just DIY, in my opinion. That's how I feel it should go. Gotcha.
So, what are you most proud about with the newest record, the Omniclasm?
That 1 minute bass solo on the 8th track.
Ooh. Not to flex on anybody, but
no, it's not even that great. But no, I don't know. It was done in such short time because we were all like, we booked studio time for it with Brian. We were all like super rushed, and then we had the release date, and we're like, oh fuck. So we made it. So it ended up. It wasn't gonna be as raw as it was as it is right now, but I enjoy it a lot how it is right now.
So what do you think sets this one apart from the other releases?
I think it's just faster. Every song's just faster in general, other than the one track. But I just think it's more lively recorded. It's more
in your face type deal.
It's organic. Just everyone's just loose. But it still turned out great. And yeah, I don't know. I think overall it's just a better record. It just progressed.
Gotcha. I also think that the record is 50-50. The lyrics are more, some of them are more fun and some of them are more political. So it's, it goes both ways, you know. It's definitely an interesting album to listen to front to back.
Gotcha. So is Lich King played in the same tuning, or is it like varied?
It's varied.
Okay. What tunings do you guys play in?
From certain songs on World Gone Dead were standard, some were E flat. I think one was even in D. I could be very wrong. I think one was in like D or something.
There's a song on World Gone Dead in a drop tuning.
Yeah, I know that. And then there's some that are in E standard, then E flat, and then then after that, like Born the Bomb onwards, it's all E flat tuning.
Gotcha.
Just half step down, yeah.
So, where would you say like your best show would have been? Like, where was your best performance of like all the time?
Oh man,
Obscene Extreme, I'd say.
Right.
Yeah, Obscene Extreme in the Czech Republic. We played the second day, and the night before, we'd played in, I think, Zielona Góra, Poland, which was our driver's hometown. And I love this story because we're driving to Czech Republic from Poland, and I swear to God, we took dirt roads the entire way.
Oh, no. Did you get sick?
Wait, no, I don't think it. No, the dirt road thing in Poland is true, but wait, I'm bringing it up. I'm trying to think where we played before Obscene Cream. I know it was like an 18-hour drive, and we didn't sleep a fucking wink.
No, because we were bouncing all over the bus. We were hitting the biggest potholes catastrophic potholes, man, like craters.
Driving through quarries.
That's hilarious. Jesus.
Oh man.
Yeah, I forgot exactly.
Was it Krakow?
No, that was. I'm pretty sure.
We only played in Poland. We played Krakow, Zielona, and Warsaw.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was Zielona. No, maybe not. I don't fucking know, man. It doesn't matter.
They're all good.
Yeah.
They're all fucking good.
Europe's all.
So probably the most important question out of this whole interview is what is the beer that is always on that touring van?
What is the beer that's always on that touring van?
Van.
Like us or just in general?
Just in general, like what do you guys drink?
It's such a fucking.
We drink whatever's cheap most of the time because we're on tour, you know. Yeah. We don't really do like a lot of one-off or week runs or anything like that. We usually just go ahead and do like a long-ass tour and get it all done at once. So like, we have to set up a budget and be smart at that point. So I mean, we're down to drink whatever's the local cheap favorite. Depending on where we are.
Yeah, so, I mean, like it used to be like, here's a 30 case of PBR and 2 Domino's pizzas. Go fuck yourself. You know, it's just like, and that was like every night. I mean, like, and that's very common. You know, like, or at bars, they're like, we'll get tickets for certain like house beers, which will be like PBR or Miller High Life, shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
John, in your area, that would be a Genesee Cream Ale.
That is what I'm drinking exactly right now. It is
Cream
in my
Ale.
right hand.
I enjoyed the Cream Ale, actually.
I really like Cream Ale, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can drink a billion of them, that's why. It's like,
dude, they're so good.
There's a little venue in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is like the area that Lich King's based out of, Western Massachusetts, a little bit more west of Worcester. But every time we're in Worcester and play this venue called Ralph's Diner, they have $1.50 Genesee Cream Ales, and Ralph's is the biggest distributor of Genesee outside of New York.
It's probably the biggest consumer as well.
Oh, definitely.
So you guys were talking to me earlier about playing the Bug Jar. Like, when was that?
Dude,
2017.
we played there 2017, and then 2 years before that, we played with Anvil there.
Where at? Oh,
the
you
Bug
played
Jar,
with Anvil.
We played with Anvil.
Oh, I got you.
Unfortunately.
Gotcha. How was that? Was it packed or no?
It was packed. It's just the best part and memory of that show is that Anvil's drummer, I forgot, he's the dude with the very tiny feet and cowboy boots and the do-rag. He set up his full drum set, and Brian had to play on the ground.
Yep. That's a common thing at the Bug Jar, dude.
Fuck, what's that guy's name?
Rob Ryder.
That's it.
I don't know how I remembered it instantly.
Dude,
as soon as
and I will never forget. I will never forget. We toured with them for 4 days because they took like a band in each area for like 4 or 5. They did like a month tour around the U.S. and they took whatever local or whatever general band in that area they took for 5 days that they chose, and they chose us, and we did I think it was 4 shows, but after the last show was in it was somewhere in New Jersey. It was like not Long Branch, it was somewhere down the shore, and we spoke every single night after the show. We spoke to them, we hung out with them and everything. After the last show, I went to Rob Ryan. I was like, "Oh man, it was cool touring with you guys." It was like, and he was like, "Thanks for coming out tonight." And I'm like,
Oh
"Dude,
my
I was with you
fucking
for
God,
4 days."
dude. Are you kidding?
And then he was like, "Oh, that's very good. Do you have weed though?"
You're like, "Yeah, let me help you." After you just said that to me, dude.
So like, that's like, we had this ongoing joke that Anvil ate all of our food and drank all of our weed.
They drank all of our weed.
That's it. Just like that's all we were worth.
That's all we got out of that tour.
They just
the following 4 months later, my birthday was in December. Tom sent me. We met for dinner or something, and he gave me a leather do-rag, the same kind that he wears. And I still have it. I still have it in my drawer.
And every time you look
I wear
at it, you
from
think of
time
him.
to time. But
That's hilarious. So what are 3 necessities that you guys carry on tour?
what are what?
I'm sorry, what was that?
3 necessities that you have on tour with you at all times.
Well, number 1 is a Nintendo Switch, so Mike and I can continue our rivalry of NBA.
Yeah, we play NBA 2K like all the time, like 3-on-3 street match. Like that's a necessity.
Yeah, Mike, could you tell us who your 3 picks are for our all-time NBA rivalry games?
Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr.
Hell yeah.
I do Kobe, LeBron, and Ray Allen.
Damn. I don't know who'd win that one. But
Yeah, it's just like I love the Bulls, so it's just like I don't know. But
What-
all right, aside from
Yeah,
like
2
that,
more.
I'd
Yeah,
say
2 more.
so. He'll bring the Switch, so I'll start with I don't know.
I always bring a
See,
half ounce of weed.
Weed is definitely good, but is this aside from like clothing and toiletries, or
Yeah, no, nothing basic. Like I'm talking like I don't know.
what you need to like clear your mind?
Correct, yeah. I should have been more
All right.
specific.
All right, so I need before every tour, I research every gym that's in the area of each venue
Gotcha.
that will allow a free trial. And then I go there, work out, and I say that I'm interested, and I'm not. And then I can work out and shower and leave, and they'll never talk to me again.
Except that one guy.
Oh, dude, I still get
Mike,
I get text messages, dude. There's a gym in Wenatchee, Washington. They still text me like every month, like, "Are you still trying to sign up?" Or
That's
3
that's
years
funny.
ago.
That is hilarious.
and then I always respond, "Please don't talk to me or my kids ever again." And I don't have kids at all either.
Good thing. We don't need kids.
So I don't know. I say the information of that. My iPod loaded up with some stuff, and then
Mike, can you tell us what album you go to bed to every night on tour?
there's 2. It's either Hellbent for Leather or it's like Power Slave. Like usually those two are like Turbo by Judas Priest.
Okay, that's what I was looking for every night. Like I was complaining because another thing is I don't sleep on tour at all. And
Really?
the advice that Mike gave me was, "Oh, dude, you need to download Turbo." And I'm like, "What?"
It's my top. It's in my top 3 Priest albums, and it's just so calming and it's like relaxing, and you can also get a huge pump at the gym from that. That's why I don't know. I love that album. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a funny story to tell you guys. I honestly don't remember who I talked to, but this dude told me that they would go to hotels in the morning and act like, you know, they booked there, and then they get breakfast every day. They just walk in, steal the food, walk right out. So
that's not a bad. I mean, that's shitty, but like, I don't know.
They should leave a tip for the waiter or waitress and then dip.
That's what I would say. I would leave like for like a group of people. I don't know. Leave like a giant but if I was leaving a tip, I'd rather go to Denny's then. Like why to go to a hotel breakfast buffet?
Yeah, good old Denson's.
Yeah, Denny's is good, man. You get that biscuits and gravy, man. Ooh.
No. We're all about the 1, 2, 3, 4 menu.
Oh yeah. Well, it's on the 1, 2, 3, 4, man. It's $4.
But this is what I would do. So you can do. So at 4, so $1 is 2 eggs. I would get 8 eggs and get nothing else. I would just get 8 scrambled eggs for $4, and then I'd leave like $3 as a tip or whatever, and that would be like my meal or whatever.
And that's that.
But it's like, no, for hotel wise, I don't know. I'd feel wrong.
Oh no, that's horrible, man. When that dude told me that, I was like, what the fuck, man? I mean, you're smart, but at the same time, that's douchey.
It's terrible. But if you're staying there and you eat the breakfast and you happen to take an extra orange with you, you know, I feel like that's all right. I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you've already paid for the buffet, like, I'm down with, like, you know, taking a little something for later. That's a gift.
Yeah.
Just acting like
we've never been like super. We've never done anything like wrong food wise. We're always very considerate and polite about certain things, but if they do offer all you can eat, we will scavenge the hell out of that idea.
Hey, yeah. Mike, speaking of considerate and polite to all service workers, can you tell us the story of RPM Fest in the secret bar?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I would have never, like, all right. I want to, but I don't know how to, like, tame it.
All right, these people wanted Mike to leave. They wanted all of us to leave, and me, Mike, and our guitarist Nick we were having way too much fun, and we were taking pictures, and we had a few beverages, and we kept forgetting that we were supposed to leave and procrastinating. The next thing we know, it had been a long time, and these people threatened to shoot us.
What?
And, you know, at the moment we took it very seriously, but they were completely joking. They were just like older people, but we were just wasted and took it very personally.
We're going to shoot you. You better leave.
It's because like us 3 guys were offering sex as a joke.
That's funny. Where
we're
was
like,
that?
Hey guys, you like sex? And they're like, I'm gonna get my gun right now. They're like super hicks and everything. It was just funny. I don't know. We were just like we were having a good time, but we didn't know how they took it. But then they were just like laughing at, we like sex. You're right.
Yeah. The next couple of days, they were like, they thought it was super funny, and it all became like this big joke and stuff. But oh man,
where was that?
It was just a ridiculous situation.
Yeah, They weren't. The best part of that is we didn't even know about this. So after we played the festival, we went behind this. There's like it's like a lounge or something for the hunters or something. So we went behind, and then we knocked on the door, and they're like, "You're not allowed in here." And then Brian comes out of nowhere.
Our drummer Brian.
Yeah, and then he's like, "No, they're with me," and it's just like you see Brian with all these like gunslingers and everything.
He's like, "Nah, they're good," and then they're like, "Yeah, all right."
It's like, oh, he's with you, brother? It's like Brian's the godfather of like the land.
Jesus, that's hilarious. So, what are your feelings
Brian
on
is the godfather, though?
What are your feelings on black metal?
Zach likes it more than I do.
It just sucks.
It just sucks in general.
No, there's some good stuff. Immortal's got some good things here.
All right, I'll be the first one to say it. I am a massive Immortal fan.
I love black metal, so I've always been curious.
I don't think black metal ever got better than Sons of Northern Darkness from Immortal.
Zach drove overnight to Sons of Northern Darkness.
I did drive like a pretty long way to see Immortal play.
How did you drive that long?
Coffee.
Yeah.
So, if you had to replace two bands out of the big four, who would it be?
What? Oh, this has been the best.
Metallica and Megadeth.
Okay. With who?
Exodus, for starters. Mike, are you there?
Yeah.
You have to pick the other one.
For what? I'm sorry.
He said if you had to replace two bands in the big four, who would it be? I said Metallica and Megadeth. And I said one of the bands I would replace.
I agree. Nah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, for me, where I like the super crossover, like I'm more into punk and hardcore and really raw stuff. Anthrax and Slayer. I mean, that goes without saying for me.
The thing is, Megadeth without a doubt out for me. But the other three, it's just it's very difficult. I am not a giant. I like Megadeth, I like them, but they've never done anything musically for me. They've never done anything like, I don't know. I would never put them in my top 10 albums at all.
I honestly love them. I love Metallica and Megadeth, but
I actually met Dave. From Megadeth.
Did you?
Yep, spent $350 to shake his hand. It was.
How was that?
I could go into it real quick.
Hit me.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a huge line, maybe 200 people, $350 a piece, right? You think it'd be a little nice, but I get up in line to take a picture, right? And I was all nervous and shit because I was fucking super young. And I'm like, oh my goodness, man, he's a god. And we took one picture and I walked away and we were supposed to take two. And Dave's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, bro, I thought it's done. One picture, I'm out. He's like, no, man, take one more. And I was like, all right. He just raised his voice. I'm like, okay, Dave.
I mean, at least he made sure you got your money's worth.
I was like, shit, man. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Megadeth has some. I like Megadeth a lot, but I'm just saying between those four bands or just any thrash band, I don't know. Megadeth has never influenced me in any way whatsoever, but I enjoy them.
Gotcha.
So I'd have to say, I love the stompiness of Anthrax. I love it. I never
Nah,
seen
dude, not just.
Metallica and Megadeth can go. I'll keep
Yeah.
Slayer and Anthrax.
Dude, Anthrax has those gang vocals in like this massive delivery and presence. And also, I need to give Anthrax props for something because they did the most rock and roll thing I've ever seen. And I saw them at a Mayhem Fest back in the day. It was Slayer, Anthrax, Motorhead, High on Fire, 3 Inches of Blood. It was like an insane lineup. And so Anthrax, so that they could play the parking lot stage, which was general admission, and everybody could mosh and be up front and go crazy, they chose to play the parking lot stage instead of opening the main stage right before Motorhead, and passed that on to a younger band. And I thought that was like the coolest thing I'd ever heard in my life. So Anthrax has my respect forever.
I actually was supposed to see them twice, but both shows got canceled. I had VIP actually to meet Scott, but that took a shit.
For what?
Anthrax, dude. They were playing a show at the Anthology in Rochester, but they canceled. But
that's a bummer.
Yeah, super bummer. But where do you think
we would replace them with?
What's up?
Who would I
Yeah. Who would you replace them with?
I'm sorry, we never completed it. I apologize for cutting you off, John, but we never replaced them.
Yeah,
I said Exodus for starters.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Mike, I need you to decide on the other one.
All right.
Quick, 10.
I'd say Overkill should replace Megadeth, and then Exodus should replace Metallica.
I just saw fucking Overkill. Bam. I literally just saw Overkill like 3 weeks ago. I was in Florida.
Before the virus.
Yeah, dude. I'm not kidding.
And you saw Exhorder in them.
Yep, Exhorder. They were fucking sick. I was in Florida, and I was like, shit, man. I'm going to see fucking Overkill. They were fucking awesome. But
dude, I've seen them like 1,000 times. Like, I'm from New Jersey as of last year. They would always end their tours at Starland Ballroom in New Jersey, and I've seen them in Philly. I've seen them probably over 10 times. I love them so much.
Yeah, we played a really cool show with them at Full Terror Assault.
I'm a huge D.D. Verney fan, so just like my bass tone halfly comes from D.D. Verney. You know. The rest of the half Alex Webster from like the Bleeding area, Cannibal Corpse. So.
Yeah. Buffalo represent,
so
dude.
Just like, that's right. That's right.
That's where
now
I'm from.
Now it's Tampa, though.
That's where I'm from, Buffalo. So, right. Where do you think the thrash metal scene is most popular, like right now?
L.A.
Word.
No, I totally agree with that too.
It's strange. I feel like it's like it's very different. I mean, like probably LA just because that's like the main spot. But you also got to get you also have to like talk about like Texas,
Detroit,
dude,
yeah. I'm sorry,
Chicago, and then the New York, New Jersey, Philly. I count that as one. Like that area, just like I don't know. Thrash is pretty dominant in a lot of those areas.
Right. Yeah, I went to a few shows in
think of LA because I mean, LA they roll out, man. They fill up a room.
Dude, they go nuts.
Oh,
dude.
100%.
I've never seen so much energy at a show.
And in the U.S., LA, but like thrash in general, easily Brazil for sure, 100%.
Yeah, we haven't been able to go there yet. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how I didn't think of this right away either, but Mexico, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane.
Yeah, we just played Mexico in November, and those were probably those were the biggest headlining shows we've ever played.
Yeah.
So many people came out. The crowds were amazing, and those were, in my opinion, those are some of the funnest shows I've played with Lich King.
And we didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, I feel that. That must be rough, but.
And we ate tacos twice a day.
Yes.
Every day while we were there.
Dude, when I was in California, that was fucking the move, dude. They got bomb tacos.
Oh yeah, dude.
Steak skillets,
Taco trucks
man.
forever.
Steak skillets are the move. So.
Hell yeah.
We just pretty much like no one really understood us, so we just like we would go up to a taco truck and like point to what meat that was like in there, and then some guy reached into boiling water with his bare hand and pulled up a lump of steak. And then he pulled up a lump of steak.
You want
he
this?
Chopped a tree trunk that easily looked older, twice as old as I am. And
okay, let's not forget about the guacamole that was in like it was in a stone bowl, like probably like 3 feet by 3 feet. And
yeah, it was on the outside of the cart where anybody could have done anything to it. And we used it.
Word. That sounds like fun, dude.
And we tried to lift it too, and that bowl probably weighed like 150 pounds. Like
easily. And we didn't get sick at all. We felt really good.
Yeah,
like,
great food.
Yeah, I've heard to be honest with you, every band I've ever talked to that played out of town shows, like they said that the energy is a lot more apparent than the United States.
Yeah, Europe takes the cake for a full. If you're touring Europe for a full month, you will expect 20 of the shows at least to be jam packed and vicious. Yeah,
people show up. People are happy to see you.
Yeah,
people buy merch and people go off. Our Europe fan base is amazing.
Right. Have you ever, when you guys toured out of state, have you ever like ran out of merch?
Yes, we did in I think we did in we did in Europe, and we had to get it we had to get it reprinted and sent.
And Australia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
we had to re-up on merch more than once in Australia, I think.
That'd be more of a Joe question. Joe
yeah, can we phone in Joe real quick so we can pull up the spreadsheets and give us the numbers?
They'll be like, what the fuck type of question is this, dude? Like, why does he give a shit? Dude,
by the way, our rhythm guitarist, Joe, he is like our numbers genius. I mean,
that's good, dude.
Lich King, pretty much.
You need one.
Yeah, we are so blessed to have that guy, man.
You need one guy to be on that.
No, he's like everything. He like does everything. He's like the handyman. He's the businessman. I don't know.
That guy,
Joe, we'd crumble.
Yeah, he built the Lich bus with his own two hands. Like, built all our bunks that got us through our 55-day tour in the U.S. And that guy, we were parked in a sand parking lot in Jacksonville. I'll never forget this. It was like beach sand. And Joe got under the bus and changed our starter. Like,
on the move.
The worst condition he could have ever been under this bus. Like, comes out.
Also, but in the meantime, you were wrestling Brian to the death.
Oh yeah, that was the same night. I was wrestling. I had a couple of beverages that night, a few refreshments.
I was the referee for. I swore that they wouldn't wrestle together, and they wrestled to the sand. And Brian's a hard man to take down because he's all mid waist, like from like belly button to the top of the knee. He is like, you can't take it down. Like,
yeah, maybe if you're like over 6 feet tall, but I'm the same height as Brian. and made it happen. It was good times.
Yeah, you always gotta have that one guy in the band that actually gives a fuck and is not drunk all the time.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
how do you think the thrash metal scene has evolved? You know, since the 80s, like in a good way or a negative way?
Yeah, I think it's gotten a little bit smaller for sure,
Right.
but it's gotten younger. It appeals to people of all ages, you know, but it's timeless. People still get into it, and the numbers seem to continue to increase. And my favorite part about the thrash community is it's just full of like the greatest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
More diehards than, you know.
So I don't know if you guys have, you know, thrash is known for this shit, but like vests with like patches and shit. Do you guys have them or no?
Do we have what?
I personally don't know.
Oh man, shit.
I'm sorry. Did you ask if I have a vest with patches
man, with
on it?
patches.
Yeah,
I collect. I probably have some of the most. I don't want to. I'm not like gonna brag. There's probably way more, but I always collect patches, and I have like a bunch of rare ones. Like anytime I see like a ridiculously like rare one that I like never see anywhere or something, I collect it. So I have a big collection of patches, and I wanted to make a vest just to have. I would never wear it. I don't wear it.
Yeah, dude, I have one, but I don't wear it at all. It's too heavy.
I was thinking about making one though, you know, just to like have, you know, just to store my patches on. But in the end, you know, I kind of like patches just the way they are, just like collecting. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's become for me. I think the coolest one I just picked up was while we were in Canada in November. We went to this metal shop in I think it was Montreal, and I found a black on black Among the Living patch, and it's like it's so fucking cool, man.